throughout just the world that bring value to my life and to what it is that I'm trying to accomplish all the time. So like one of the best things that we talk about it all the time is just education and making sure you're always trying to educate yourself and find new ways to be able to bring in content to your life. Now, exciting. It's Friday for anybody who is an affiliate, anybody who's already been in. I know that when we talk about gratitude, you got something to be grateful for today because them checks came out at 5:47 a.m. Eastern time this morning. So anybody that was on the West Coast, like woke up to that this morning. It was absolutely incredible. So anybody, go ahead, make sure you take out your residuals or do whatever it is you're going to do with yours. So we're going to start our call off as usual with just our intentional moment of gratitude. I know we got a lot of things going on. Tons of information, tons of things happening. The update call last night was great, but we don't even want to get too quickly into everything that's about to happen without just being grateful for where it is we are right now, because it's going to feel so much better when we get to the mountaintop, when we really appreciate it where we're at before that even happened. So if you got anything that you're grateful for on this morning, can you drop it in the chat? I know I'm so happy and grateful that these residuals just hit throughout our whole organization. I'm so happy and grateful about this retreat that we're having. And I think now 21 days, we are done. Like we don't have any more spots available. It's a done deal, and we're excited to have everything packed out. We have everybody's working on their tickets, SYZ, as far as their flights and everything. So that's exciting. I'm grateful to have 2 feet and be able to wake up this morning. I got nobody is grateful for anything today. Sheesh. She said, Jamise said she's grateful for her life. Stu said he's grateful for the things that have nothing to do with money. Grateful for the sun, grateful for a health day, grateful for Impact Fam. Exactly. Harrison's grateful for a successful trading week with a new strategy. That's always amazing. Harrison, he's happy and grateful for the Impact Part 2 was a success. It's very, very exciting. Don said he's grateful for the sunshine and good people. And again, find the value in those regular things and you will be so blown away at what you start to really attract to your life as we kind of take it to the next level, as new experiences start to happen by being simply grateful for where it is that you're at. And I know it sounds redundant. I know it's something that I talk about every day. And it's really that important though, because you can see when you get to the root of a lot of problems, when you really talk to people, and like this is coming from somebody who talks to thousands of people, and you can hear individuals talk about the problems and the things that are going on in their life. It's very interesting how a different perspective on where it is that they're already at will change the entire scenario. And that's rooted in just being grateful in the things that you don't even realize that you're getting that are a privilege. And you'll be blown away by how many people are deal with worry or deal with frustration or deal with anxiety or deal with indecision or deal with doubt. And it all can kind of circle back to them not really realizing where they are right now and how much better of a spot that they are in right now, even while they're figuring these problems out. So it's always intentional to be very important to be grateful. So if you haven't seen this already, we had the update call yesterday at 4:00 with Sal as far as the company updates. And I kind of want to just go over some of the things that we discussed on there so that way we're all kind of in tune and in the rhythm. The first thing that he discussed on that call yesterday, if you guys haven't seen them already, is the new videos that are inside of your back office, inside of your share Avoria. I know Vlad's been using them. I know a couple other people have been using them, but it's absolutely of massive value. And now also, if you go to avoriaprime.com/share, I'll actually show you guys this. If you go to avoriaprime.com/share, it'll take you to a public Google Drive now, to where all the disclaimers that you need to be able to post content are here. And then the videos that are in those funnels in the back are all here in multiple languages. So you can go and download these videos right here and then go post them on your own personal pages. Go, you know what I mean? Create content. Like they're giving these tools out publicly so that way you can utilize them to be able to make marketing so much easier for yourself and not have to go create content on your own. Because not everybody has all the materials to be able to do so. But I've never seen information like this just be super public to where anybody in the world can just go download these videos. It shows just how much confidence we have and what we have going on and what's about to happen. So I hope that it brings some value to you. I will absolutely post that link again in all of our chats as well. So outside of that, that is new. I know I'll be going to download a couple of those videos too and start doing some playing around. I'm trying to do for anybody who who has international connections, anybody speaks different languages. This is a perfect opportunity for you to get ahead and utilize resources that are already available to you. I know that all of us know individuals that probably speak another language or X, Y, and Z, and you can probably find a connection or find a video that can connect with that individual and you show them. And the easiest way to tell somebody about it, like even if let's say, for example, Mario speaks Spanish. Let's say I didn't know Mario, or say me and Mario are friends, but he wasn't interested in my business. because I know that he speaks Spanish fluently, I would still approach him and ask him, I'm like, yo, bro, you know anybody that speaks fluent Spanish that's like interested in making some extra money? And you take the pressure off of Mario, so you don't talk to him like you're expecting him to join your business, which removes that awkwardness and that reason why most people don't even want to talk to people, because it's like you don't want them to feel like you're trying to sell them. So no, to tell them to ask them for anybody in their network that is ambitious, that is X, Y, and Z in those specific areas, and you'll be shocked because they'll be, oh yeah, I know, you know, I mean, 2 people, and you'll be blown away just about how easy it is if you approach those conversations with posture and in the right way. So definitely want to take advantage of that. I know that absolutely I will be, and so will many others. Next is your the notifications that are in your back office. So you're going to start seeing more notifications if you log in. Top right, it's like a little bell, and up there, especially for the affiliates, you'll be able to see a lot of notifications up there very soon. I know you don't hear too much noise about our app coming out right now, but we're absolutely have an app that's going to release soon. And once it does release, that'll be for communication purposes. So meaning that anybody who's in America that's using one of the manual trade approval versions of one of our software, the notifications will come to an app as opposed to having to log into the site and hit approve. So that is on the way, and all those notifications that you see in your back office under that bell basically will be ones that you've gotten to your phone. And so it's going to be able to bring massive value. So you kind of want to start getting into a rhythm and in a flow. And again, once that is out, it's going to be a lot easier for people to take trades. So our project even gets even easier for individuals. I want to go over now the main kind of meat and potatoes of what Sal was talking about yesterday, and that is these 2 new promotions with the licenses. So I'm going to bring up that screenshot here in 1 second and then be able to go over a little bit of what we talked about. So very excited to kind of look at some of the details for this and put pieces together. So let's see. Perfect. So I don't even like how this is set up. But if you can read, I'll post a screenshot in the group. But you can see here, the first promotion is between, is my screen not shared? There you go. So the first promotion is between October 3rd and October 16th. And if you guys haven't known this already, on the 17th, when we release everything, people will be able to purchase for $30 a 2-week demo license and be able to basically test our software out. And I think that that's incredible. And so what the goal is of the company, and you got to realize, if you look at all big companies, a lot of big business, and most businesses in general, like, you ever been walking around the mall and somebody offer you a sample? You ever met somebody who has a health and wellness product and they offer you a sample for a week? Why? Because they want you to get an experience with their product, so that way you know that you have trust in it, and now you'll be willing to invest more into it. So Avoya Prime is taking a very similar concept and a very similar business model that other successful Fortune 500 and billion-dollar companies have done. So this is what we're trying to do, is allow more people to just test what it is that we have out, because we already know how incredible it is on the back end. So we're trying to incentivize the actions it is that we want to see, which is more people being able to test it out for those 2 weeks. So for every customer, so let's say between the 3rd, which is tomorrow, and then the 16th, which is a 2-week period of time, if you enroll 2 customers within one of those weeks, you will get a free demo license to be able to give out to somebody. So that would be basically, like, if you enroll 2 customers in 1 week, the company will give you that $30 wave. And in reality, that $30 wave is 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks of product, which is $100. Our subscription is going to be what? Somebody would have to pay $200 first month to be able to use 1 license. So if we're giving them the ability to use a license for 2 weeks, that's technically, you're giving them $100 of value. And already for the $30, it's a discount. And then on top of that, they're just going to be giving it out to individuals. So I think that is of value to anybody who's in this conversation of, yeah, I'm building my business. Yes, I'm swimming hard before the wave comes. Yes, I'm preparing and doing those things. Like, this is for those individuals. So the second thing is, any affiliate who's never been a Visionary 600 before and hits it before the 16th, will receive 5 licenses. So that's literally $500 in value for hitting Visionary 600. So there's somebody right now who could be less than 3 people away, and they go ahead and hit it. And then now on the 16th, they'll get 5 licenses that they can just go give out to people, so that way they can test it. I don't see people who are testing our software out not going in and purchasing afterwards, because the experience is something like they've never seen before. So I don't see, there's no history to compare our experience with our software for somebody. So it's really just new. And that's why a lot of people don't do it, because they don't know, like, Forex software, it causes us a lot of, like, questions like this, but if they can just try it and get the experience to build that trust, you'll be blown away by how many more people will actually go about and do it. So I think that it is very, very important to look at the time that we're in right now, and look at where you're at right now, and to put a plan together. To exactly, Mario, or they already don't understand Forex. So the combination kind of overwhelms people, and it just makes you a little apprehensive to say like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, I don't really know what that is. I don't know. And I think that with the $30 license, it's going to blow the hinges off what it is that we have. Like, I hope and pray that you guys realize just how fast things are going to start happening. Never before have people been able to just like try this thing out in a way, in a lineup like it is that we have. So once that opens, there are people right now in other, I just read a stat today. Today is NFP, meaning that the unemployment rates for the country kind of released every first of the month was at like 7.9%, meaning that there's 20 million Americans right now that are still unemployed. Imagine what those numbers look like in third world countries. Imagine what those numbers look like in different places in South America, different places in Africa, different places in Pakistan, different places where they need opportunity. They're like a $30 buy-in. Like, I don't know if you guys really realize how big that is, because you might not have really done business in these places before, but they care way more than Americans do. They work way harder than Americans do, because the ability to have opportunity is just not around them every day. They don't just walk out the house and see 50 ads on Facebook and Instagram about this opportunity and this, and blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. So when there's something that's good and that's solid, that's working, that's paying people, it can change literally like the whole economic structure of a whole village, of a whole area quickly by a few leaders taking it serious. And I've seen it happen before. I have one of my mentors, Mr. Nelson. He told me, I remember when his company that he's in, they launched in Colombia, and he flew out there and went to Colombia and put in 10,000 people in Colombia in like 3.5, 4 weeks. It was crazy. Like doing events with 1,000 plus people, 2,000 plus people in a matter of weeks, because there's not opportunity like that out there. So on the 17th, that all changes. It completely changes. And now all these individuals are going to be exposed to something that is much simpler, much easier than what's already out there, and much more effective. That's what's really important. Does it work? Is it actually real? And yeah, so to think that, I think that just the opportunity that's sitting in front of your face right now, whether you pick it up and pick your feet up and start moving or not, like, you're going to see what happens after the 17th. It's going to be abundantly clear to everybody, and anybody who didn't take action now is going to regret it once the 18th, 19th, and 20th come. But regardless, Avoid Your Prime is going to $1 billion. Like, we're growing where some people have never been at. Our company, because of, if you look at the nature of what's even happening in the marketplace right now, what's the marketplace? Meaning people that are in our industry, that are like other companies that are in this space. There's at least 5, 6, 7 other Forex MLM companies, and there's nobody who has a product line like we have. None. And if you look at the volume of all those other companies, you're talking about 100,000, 200,000, 400,000 customers that are buying into something that's not producing results to the level that we're producing for people. It's not even close. And that's even with our old product line. Alexander and Einstein do better than what a lot of these other companies are providing. And that's not to throw shade on anybody. That's just to be honest and real about the situation. In education, there's only 2 ways to go. If I join an education company, only 1 of 2 things is going to happen. I'm going to graduate or I'm going to drop out. Just like if I go to college. If I go to college, I'm going to graduate or I'm going to drop out. So if I'm building a business, how are you building a business in which you know people are not going to be there long term, because either they're going to get it or they're not? Our software, you can't get that anywhere else. So you're going to continue to pay for it every single month, because there's no other way, there's no other access to get that. So my point is that we're going to bring something to the marketplace that we already know is full of people who are not having the success trading that they want to be having, even though that publicly on Instagram, on X, Y, and Z, on Facebook, that it may seem that way, but we all know the truth. Google the numbers. 9 out of 10 people trading Forex ain't winning. So like, that doesn't change. I don't care what signals you're taking. I don't care about any of that. Long term, that's just the reality. And if you're not super dedicated and super really committed to learning the craft, practicing, experiencing that, taking those losses, going through that, it's not going to happen for you. So we know that there's millions of people who have already been exposed to Forex, have already traded, that have already had a slight, like, you know what I mean, engagement or encounter. And we have something that's going to change the game. It's going to be able to give anybody who ever joined any Forex company ever. And this is me I joined I.M.P.A.C.T Live 4.5 years ago now. So it's like, it's anybody who's been exposed is going to give you what you actually wanted. And then anybody who's building a business, most big leaders and companies aren't trading. So it's like these guys aren't running around like master traders, knowing all the ins and outs, being able to be consistently profitable on their own. No, they make their money off of building a business. So even from their perspective, if your customer base doesn't need you to be an expert trader for them to have success and are much more likely to stay in the business long term, isn't it a better business model? As opposed to you having to build a business on momentum to where you got to keep being on planes every single day going all across the country to keep your team's juice up because you need new people in the business because all the old people are dropping out. So it's like, it's what we're walking into is crazy. And I just am begging you to see it, because if you don't see it, you're going to miss out on capitalizing on all of it. So it's like, there's literally not an inch of doubt, uncertainty, nervousness about what we're stepping into. We're going into everything that we've been talking about for the last 2.5 years. We've known already that using AI is the best way to be able to do this. It took a while to get the one-click approval feature to make it compliant. It took a while to get the merchant accounts. It took a while to get all of the things that you see in Avoid Your Prime now. All of that took a very long time. 2.5 years of putting all of this stuff together for October 17th. For that. So that like we literally had to like this, the whole $30 license wasn't even a thing 2 months ago. We've been pushing for this whole time of like, if we can just let people try it out, if we can just give them a reason to be able to test it out. We're working right now on different compliance laws and things like that that are in our system so that we can be able to do more on the marketing side, because the once people get in, they will have, there's not much they have to do outside of setting up their software. Like a lot of the settings inside of the software are going to be pre-optimized, meaning that when they come out, there's not going to be 45,000 different settings for the person to change. It's really just your lot size, a couple things here and there. So it's not a whole lot of decision making that customers got to do on a day-to-day basis. It's really not. So it's much easier for that person, and they're going to be winning. So it's much easier for this entire scenario to go, because customers who are just interested in trading are going to be able to win in trading without having to become master traders. And then they'll be more interested in learning how to manually trade. Once they see their software accounts growing, it's like a natural, like, okay, I want to actually learn the ins and outs of this now, but I don't have to put my life savings in an account that I'm inevitably going to blow. You're not going to be successful in manual trading without ever blowing an account. I've never met anybody who's made 6 figures in trading that says they've never blown an account. It happens. So that's why it's not a issue or a fight. That's why it's like, no, you go the AI route, you practice, and that way the money that's in your manual account, you don't look at that like everything, especially in the beginning when you're practicing, when you're learning and you're getting right. So our plan for creating successful and profitable people inside of the largest financial market in the entire world is better than any plan that's out there. I was talking to Jason, or I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I was like, even a person getting to 600 a month, like it makes, if you look at the compound calculator and just make this make sense with people, even the business model that we're already at, check these numbers out. It is crazy. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but if, let's take our current business model for an example. So let's say somebody starts an account with $1,000. They don't add any money to it a month. We're doing this for 60 months and their return is 8% a month. So they take $1,000 to over 100K in 5 years is what that is. And that's if they add no money to that. And that's if it makes about 8% a month. Now, 2 variables. They still have to pay, in our business model right now, they still have to pay their monthly subscription. So let's say they had to pay $200 basically a month for the entirety of this 5 years. They're looking at like 13, 14 grand. So out of this 101K, you're really only taking home like 80K, 85K, because you got to pay the subscription for the software, maybe 88K, whatever that is. Now, imagine if that person, as opposed to paying their subscription, that all they did was tell 3 people so that way they got their subscription for free, and then they used that same money that they were going to pay the subscription with and just added it to their account every month, $50 a week, $200 a month. That number goes from 100K to $350,000. So are you going to tell me that you're willing to leave $250,000 on the table because you don't want to tell 3 people about this? You must be crazy. You must be crazy. You must be crazy if you're going to tell me that you would rather not tell 3 people about something that's working for you than add another $250,000 to your portfolio in the next 5 years when you don't even got anything to sniff at $250,000 right now. You must be crazy. But like, these are the conversations that people, these are the things that people will say to you without really looking at the numbers. And then go further than that. Say, listen, after you get your 3 people, let's say you were to go to the first rank. Let's say you were to make an intentional decision to get to the first rank of $600 a month. And then you were to just put $200 of that into your account as well. So now you got $400 coming in cash flow, and then you're putting, $400 into your software every month. What does those numbers look like then? 600K. But there's nothing out there that's even giving people a hope at that. We're about to have Gearbox, which starts at $250. Let's say even at a $250 account, $250. If they just make 8% a month with Gearbox, they would have made 25 grand in 5 years. All they're doing is 8% a month with Gearbox. That's not Gearbox is doing not to past results. You already know. But look at that. What person who's barely got $300, $400, $500 to their name right now has anything in their life right now that's okay, I got a real shot at getting up 25 grand in the next couple of years without doing much. There's not many people who got opportunities and things like that. So when somebody breaks this down to them and somebody shows them this kind of plan with this kind of vision, what do you think's going to happen? They're going to do it. They're going to do it. It's going to happen. It's going to go crazy. So imagine if that person now who's at 250 goes and puts in $100 a month into their account or $200 a month into their account. And these are at the basic low end of what it is our software have proven to be able to do. So it's if you guys what's about to happen is going to be crazy, because I'm going to go out of my way. And I know a lot of other leaders that are in AP are going to go all the way out of our way to make sure that hundreds of thousands of people understand what I just broke down to you right now. Hundreds of thousands of people hear about what I just explained to you right there, that we have something that you can create your own financial portfolio with that is performing much better than anything else that's out there. And on top of that, by simply opening your mouth, which you're going to do regardless, you have the ability to expedite that 10x. That's real. So it's that's not a lie. That's not a fabrication. That's not an exaggeration. That's dead ass serious. And we have plenty of people who've been able to make even better results than that over the course of this time. So it's it's a blessing to be sitting on what we have here, but it does take work to be able to really expose it, because if the message is going to get out there regardless. So if you don't go out of the way to make sure your network gets the message, they're going to get it from somebody else eventually. And that's just the truth. So I'm hoping that this call just provided some clarity and some value for where it is that we're going. We are headed somewhere special that a lot of people have not, the how fast it's going to happen. That's what I want everybody to understand. It's not going to take like 6 years for this company to put in 100,000 people like a lot of other Forex MLMs. It's going to happen really quick, because we're allowing people to test it, get an experience of something that's true, that's good, that's legal, that's compliance, and it's new, and it makes time with the sense, and it's easy. So it's it has everything that you want in a business in 2020 right now. Infinitely scalable, products makes money. It has all of that stuff in it, and nobody knows yet. And that's going to change really, really soon. So I just hope you guys understand that. I hope you guys got some value off of this call. We will see you on tomorrow. Actually, we have the software call with Stephen Vetterall, the weekly outlook. And then Sunday we have a call with Cam. But I will see you all on Monday at the Impact call at 6 p.m. All right. So Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have our Impact family call. Next week is when's the 6th? Is the 6th on Tuesday? Yes. So on Wednesday, Tuesday, we find out all the remaining details of the launch. There are still promotions that they haven't launched yet. So there's going to be, thank you, Jason. There's going to be more announcements for people. There are customers who are already a part of Warrior Prime that are going to get certain benefits going into the launch, and all that information hasn't been released yet. So we're getting that information on Tuesday. We're going to host a huge webinar with the entirety of the company on Wednesday to inform everybody, and then it's go time. Because you'll be able to enroll people then, let them know the incentives, X, Y, and Z. And then the following week, boom, on Saturday, it's upgrade time, and we got licenses now. So also, we added something new to the schedule on Monday nights now for anybody who is interested. Mr. Jason Stewart, Mr. QB Stu himself will be doing a weekly outlook call for anybody interested in manual trading. So it'll be a very beginner/intermediate kind of weekly manual session to go over just things in the market, opportunities to take some trade entries. And it's very incredible to watch and understand what's going on in the markets, and then to be using software. And it makes so much more sense. And you get a lot of clarity from understanding what's actually happening in the market. So Mondays at 8, if you want to get some manual trading in, we're going to host an impact call with one of our very own, who is, in my opinion, one of the best in the world. So I hope you guys had got a lot of value out of this. It's Friday. Go enjoy some time with your family. Enjoy y'all weekend. We headed into some serious time. So let's do it. Love y'all.